Oh, am I in or out?
Quit acting
Out.
stupid.
There's no logo up, is there?
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, I don't see it.
Well,
Bobby.
There's no logo up.
and
When am I supposed to jump out? Is there a song playing? Is there a song playing?
That was the worst one by far. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Brightus, and joining me as always are my brothers, Bobby and Rudy. Say hello, boys.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Well, I guess we've started. I had
Hey.
no idea.
So you didn't see the logo or hear the music?
Nope.
So
Oh,
was I inside or outside at the beginning?
You were outside the circle of trust.
Guys, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to Quit Acting Stupid. Please. I think we're down to like 19 people that watch. So please, if you want us to continue.
Which is really depressing because I started watching, I don't know if you've seen on Netflix that show about those like little kid influencers or whatever. Have you seen that? You know what I'm talking? Let me see. I can tell you like right now what it's called. Have you heard of somebody called Piper Raquel or something?
No, but I know
Oh
who
my God.
Salish is.
Who?
There's Salish. There's the Zamfam. There's Lexi Rivera, and her brother is Peyton. Was it Peyton or Pearson? Macy watches Pearson all the time.
Oh my gosh! So this
And
is
these
on
are just
Netflix.
rich. They're just like rich kids, and that's their job, and they make tons of money doing it. But they've got so much money, like I'm gonna do all week, not touching the ground, and then that's what it is. That's what it is.
I mean, it makes me like I could feel the fury just welling up inside of me just because I hate these kids like so much. They're so stupid. Like, and I mean, it's their parents like forcing them to put video. Like these kids are like nonstop recording videos, and they have they're called the squad, and they do the beep beep boo and do and we're gonna do and so it's called Bad Influence: The Dark Side of Kidfluencing. Oh my gosh!
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what streaming service is it on Netflix?
I almost quit watching because it was stupid, but like now the mom's like all creepy and stuff and like trying to make out with the kid and stuff, and it's weird. Yeah.
So I'm cool with the kids doing it. Like Macy watches other kids do it, and Macy's like, we should record some videos. Where I start to have issue is when like the parents get involved. So there's this girl, Salish. Terrible name anyway, but
yeah.
Whatever. She does all these things. It's obviously a rich family. She does all these videos, but then the dad is now part of the videos, and he's more annoying than the kid. And I don't know. It's hard to. Some of them I actually like. Some of them I like. Some of the videos. So like there'll be two guys, and they've got to do a challenge.
You like two guys?
You sound like a gay.
What? Go ahead. Keep going.
I don't want
to. There's two guys, and you enjoy them.
If I left now, you would be down to just two of you. So you better watch it, buddy.
Go.
No, like there's two guys that they read like Yelp like reviews on water parks, and they'll go to like the worst water park, and then they're doing a video there, and they're like, well, so and so from wherever says that this water park, their lines are always, or their rides are always shut down, or they waited for 30 minutes trying to get level. So then they'll go and do these things, and like, either like she was right or hey, they're interesting, like different places.
Okay.
So it's kind of informational.
So they're not funny. They're not trying to
Right. Now, some of the ones that are trying to entertain, I get where, these people aren't funny.
And these are adults or kids?
These are kids, like, teenagers probably. To early 20s, probably.
Yeah.
But I guess if they're trying to be funny, that's a difference.
Oh, but just the Mickey Mouse Club smiles and the gee and oh gosh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that show that you're talking about.
Hey,
Because
Yeah.
now
it's pretty
keep going, because I'm trying to think of the kid's name. I found one on Instagram the other day. It was pretty funny. I'm gonna have
You
to
found
find
a kid on Instagram? That was pretty
it.
funny.
I did.
Yee. All right, maybe you should keep that
Tony
one.
Cash. You guys know Tony Cash?
I think I do. I think I know that
Italian
name.
guy, little Italian kid.
Yeah, the little my nonna says, "Hey, you
Yeah.
guys! Hey, you guys!" I had a guy come up to me and tell me, and he pronounced something Italian, and oh, it's hilarious. Do you have
Is
a
he
clip of him?
the
Yeah.
guy that got mad at the person because they didn't, the person making a sandwich because they didn't say the type of cheese right or something?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
exactly him.
That kid's funny.
Yo,
Yeah.
guys. Sam came up to me and goes, I just watched Nona Grace's Ganaki video. I said, are you in your mind? If Nona Grace was here right now, she would hit you with the Algo Piad. And I said, it's not Ganaki, it's a Yorkie. Do not disrespect my culture.
I
Do
want
not
to be
I'll end with,
disrespect
do
my
not disrespect my culture.
I want to be friends with this kid. Yeah,
I love that kid. He's so much better than the Rizzler or Big Justice. I hate those guys.
don't know who they are.
You don't know who the Rizzler is?
No.
By the way,
Oh,
this is
He's
when we
the fattest kid in the world.
I might have seen him.
this is how you know it's time to go jump off a bridge. Guy's got 694,000 followers on Instagram.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Me too.
You guys, my
I-
Nona Gracie.
There's
Uh,
We get
something
this.
about
You think he'll think?
adults following kids. It's just something.
Nah. If he's funny, I'm
Yeah.
gonna follow him. You think he would stoop so low as to join us for our show? He has 21 posts. That's it.
That's it.
yeah,
21
he's
posts.
he's fairly new. He's fairly new.
Huh.
I follow some weird, some videos, some reels that just I don't know how they keep getting on my feed. Keep talking. If I find, I'll pull it up and.
Well, it's
So
because of
I
your
wanna-
algorithm. Your algorithm's all jacked up because you look at all that.
Right,
good
I gotta.
stuff.
If I like them, then they'll give me more of them. Like, there's one guy. I don't even know how to approach this topic. So I think, from what I understand, he was a police officer and got shot in the arm, and so now his arm doesn't work right. But now his videos, like I hate watch them. And then you go to the comments, and the comments are friggin' hilarious. Keep talking. If I find one,
I gotta say I enjoy a good hate listen.
yeah, for sure.
Usually it's sports related. I don't know if you guys ever do. Like I'll like of teams that I hate. I go and listen to all their stuff. So I
No,
can hate
because then I feel like I'm encouraging it. You feel like you're contributing to it. I mean,
yeah,
there's
but it feels
certain,
good to hate.
there's certain people on TV that talk football, and I'm like, that person does not know any more about sports than I do. So I'm not going to
It's
listen
more
to anything they have to say.
with me. It's more about a team. Like I want your team to lose more than I want my team to win. So if things bad happen to your team, I'm going to go listen to their post game, and hear everybody crying, basically. And
Revel in their misery. That Schadenfreude that we talked about.
yes,
a while back.
going back to when I think Bobby, you were with me at the Oklahoma Mizzou game this past football season, and
Yep.
as we were leaving, just the joy I felt seeing all those Oklahoma people who were about to celebrate a win and then just get kicked in the nuts, and it was like perfect evening.
Oh yeah, they were pretty full of themselves, and so then to see them get their comeuppance, that was joy.
That's kind of why, like, it makes so like when the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl. I hate Chiefs fans so much that losing the Super Bowl, I could deal with it because I knew these moron Chiefs fans are going to be. What are they going to do? The people who, and this is my way of sneaking in stadium talk, but when the news came out that Clark wanted a dome, and I read one of the comments that says, then we won't be the loudest stadium in the league anymore. And I'm like, you moron. This is what you do with your day? Like, like he takes pride in that. Like
He
we're the loudest.
he bangs the back of the seat, to get all that
Yeah.
noise.
He's the one that puts out those tutorials where you got to put pennies in a I don't know what these weird.
There's. Are you serious?
I think
There's.
we talked about that on this podcast
Really?
before. Save your like like your aluminum tab things and you put them in here and you shake them. Yeah, different ways to make. We got to be the loudest stadium. The Guinness
Me,
Book of World Records is going to be there. So
me. I'm sitting there watching a game. Like I don't have to do anything but stand here and watch. Like
yeah,
I mean, I may
yeah.
get loud, whatever,
And
but
I think I've told this before, but it dawned on me in the 2014 World Series when the Royals lost Game 7 to the Giants. I still got to go to work tomorrow. Like nothing changes for me at all. I still make a crappy salary, and I got to go to work. So, and you're gonna want me to buy a $45 T-shirt that says Royals World Series champ. Like nothing changed. Like it doesn't do anything for me.
is
I'll
it?
watch it and enjoy it, but
maybe this is how people get some joy out of their lives, is by coming up with new mascots for the Chiefs.
do we have it?
Is it-
Do we have it?
We got a replacement for Casey Wolf.
There it is. So we're gonna go from a cross-eyed wolf who's all loco en mi cabeza to this.
The
Warhawk.
Warhawk.
And somebody spent like probably 3 days making that. Like they spent some time.
They have a concept. You want to hear it?
Oh, there's a whole story behind it. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Here's the concept. A fierce, stylized hawk inspired by Native American symbolism, blended with a jet-aged nod to Kansas City's aviation history. Example, the F-86 Sabre Warhawk. The visuals: red feathers tipped in gold, winged shoulder armor, eyes that light up, and a sharp crest resembling an arrowhead.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Now the mascot actions. They fly in via a zip line from Arrowhead Stadium's rafters pregame.
Big dumb animal, isn't he, folks?
Hypes up the crowd with a giant tomahawk, quote, wing flap dance. Drops, quote unquote, war cries, which are rally chants with booming audio and feathered props.
I'm a nerd, and I'm pretty proud of it.
And leads the crowd in quote unquote defense flaps during third downs with synced stadium visuals.
Can you show me a picture of it again, real quick?
Why it works: it honors KC's heritage, sounds epic, and gives the crowd the physical motions and rituals to rally around. Here it is. Oh, shit.
It also gives the crowd a big boner.
What?
So this
Does it have pants? Does it have pants? Because Casey Wolf at least had pants. This guy does not.
Bucket naked.
He's got a loincloth there made of feathers.
Hawks do not have to have pants.
I guess it makes him look less manly.
How many wins does that add to our season this year?
Well, none to ours.
As a team, as an opposing team, you come in, you see the Warhawk, immediately you're like, guys, we're not going to beat these guys. We're not going to.
We are not going to win any game.
The picture I thought probably took the guy, 1 to 3 days, but he had a whole backstory. The guy has light up eyes, so right away it's not a real thing. Like
you just be like, tell me more about this mascot. Well, he was born to a single mother and came from the streets of of Buckner, Missouri.
His dad left when he was 7. Yeah, his dad left when he was 7, and he was forced to fend for himself with his mother on dialysis. And that's why.
And he got bullied by his Warhawk friends and family. And Papa Warhawk said, "You know what? You can be something when you grow up."
I like Jamie's story better.
That
wasn't
kind of what I was.
Guys, that wasn't even the worst Chiefs related thing I've seen all week.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. So you got to imagine the year is 2065. What is that? 40 years in the future,
He
and three
Wait, did you
chiefs.
say
wait. Did you say 4 years in the future?
I'm sorry,
2065.
40 years in the future. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't pronounce it. 40 years
Okay,
in the future.
40.
The year's 2065, and some Chiefs legends are sitting around telling
Oh, I
stories
saw this. I saw
about
this.
the good old days. Who do you think those guys are right there?
oh no. Oh no.
Somebody was
Oh
having a little fun with AI.
You know what?
that's
AI is wild, man. It is. It's absolutely wild. That's
see Chris Jones just looks like Chris Jones. I mean,
Yeah.
like black don't crack, man. That
they
boy looks
forgot.
good.
Chris Jones should be missing a leg from his diabetes.
And that's
He's
not
gonna have
even
to.
the worst part.
He's gonna have the sugar from all that McDonald's from his sex. McDonald's.
Again,
Um,
45 years from now, this is going to be an epic double date. Who do we think these guys are?
I can't. That's
Is
that doesn't
I
look like Brittany Mahomes.
Supposed to
Is
be.
that is that Travis Kelsey? Is he bald?
Supposed to be.
That's
oh
supposed
that
to be
looks like
Taylor.
none of
Supposed to be.
that looks like
Like
that Patrick Mahomes looks like the guy from Righteous Gemstones that in the second season or that was gonna come up with that church water
Eric Andre. Eric Andre. Eric Andre.
Guys,
It does.
this is what the kingdom does in the off season when they don't have football to rally around.
I just noticed, Bob,
That
you need to
sounds
clean up
kind of
that desk behind
crazy.
you, buddy.
I need a what?
What's
What'd you
that?
You
say?
need to clean up that desk behind you. You got a lot of papers up there.
Yeah, that,
Yeah. Straighten up a bit.
that wasn't meant to
Straight.
You
be
guys,
part of the show.
Oh, I know I was
you
gonna
guys
ask you
take
guys.
no. You guys take no pride in what's behind you. Like
I know I was
make
gonna
it
ask
look
you guys.
nice.
Oh, because
At
I
what
actually do work here.
at what point do you stop like when you have a piece of paper and you are gonna throw it away, recycle it, whatever, at what point do you just stop crumbling them up? Like I was at somebody's place over the weekend and there was a bunch of crumbled paper. He's like, well, I'm done with that. It's trash now. I'm like, but then just put it in a pile that goes to the trash. Like at what point, like when you were a kid, like in grade school or something, you would crumple up paper and throw it in the trash or whatever. You shoot it, at the trash can. But why would you have a whole bunch of paper just like crumbled up around your desk? You know what I mean? Like why? If you're done with it, you just throw it away, right? Or you just set it aside to be thrown away.
I still crumble paper occasionally.
You
I think
do?
my thing is I tear it. I tear it
See,
multiple
he
times.
said the same thing. He was like, "Well, it's my way of knowing that that's no good anymore. It's trash. It's I sometimes he'll tear it." I'm like, "Why? Just put it
Seems
aside."
unnecessary, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
I've got a
yeah,
recycle bin
And
right under my, right under my desk. One is shred, one is recycle. I mean, you don't have to crumble stuff up.
yeah. What's the point of crumbling anything up? I mean, when you were a kid, like I
maybe
said, baskets to the trash can at school, but other than that, no. Am I crazy?
No, you're not. I'm right there with
I
you.
think no, I think you're a little bit crazy. Who gives a shit?
This is crazy.
Great topic.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to. I don't know how I jumped on that, but
Because you were talking about my
Bobby's
messy desk.
yeah, Bobby's got a mess.
Now I got to start
Um,
doing like
No, but
this. Desk.
we were on a topic though about Chiefs fans and being nerds
yes.
and just in general because like when we were kids, nerds were Revenge of the Nerds, Pocket Protectors, you know, comic book, but I
Wears
found that
glasses. Wear glasses.
Four Eyes. But now glasses are really cool.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Funny how that
yeah.
happens, isn't it?
But it's like you could be a nerd about anything. Just like get a group of people together that love something, and then they just become nerdy. And I don't want to like, oh, you guys are such dorks about whatever. Like for example, MAGA, Trump people, like their extreme love for this one thing makes them complete. I mean, set aside the fact that they're morons, but oh, sorry, we're not supposed to talk political, but they're nerds. They're nerds about a thing. Like, and it could be anything. Like, if you got me together in a room with a bunch of people that collect baseball cards, I'd probably get pretty nerdy about it. Or
Yeah.
bobbleheads.
I was gonna
Probably
say.
get pretty
Oh,
nerdy.
I was gonna say. Would we be considered nerds for food? We nerd out
Yes,
over
there's absolutely food nerds.
No,
Yes.
well, no. Well, it depends on what you're talking about with the food. Like, or just discussing food? No. If you're talking about like
We've
dressing
discussed
up like
it,
a hot dog,
I mean, we're at like episode 72. We've probably discussed food on 70 of those episodes.
wait. First of all, how do we not have nerds like from Revenge of the Nerds? Ogre saying nerds as a drop.
I've got a file in my phone that's
Because
that
Nope.
says it's like literally a folder called drops, and one of the first ones in there is nerds.
That needs to be.
because mainly because nobody born after 2000 knows
Ugh,
the word and what it.
touche.
Where's the voice? Where's the volume?
Can't hear anything.
You just got your asses whipped.
You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. You just got
I literally have them here ready to download
Oh, perfect, right on cue. I love it.
for drops.
That's got to be
Uh,
our. That's got to be a clip of the week next week or something.
You just got your asses whipped.
But anyway,
Anyway,
yeah.
where were we?
We're nerds.
Nerds.
Food,
Oh.
right? I
Nerds.
mean, come on.
I think so. When Paul's came back, I mean,
Okay, that's nerdy. Yes.
Or can we
Huge
say
nerd.
maybe we say we're connoisseurs? Does that make it classy? Food connoisseurs,
a little bit.
nerds.
And by the way, I recorded a podcast with my buddy Anthony Spino, former guest of this show. Check out Chiquito Pero Picoso, episode 4. But in that episode, I literally talked about you guys and said, like, when we go on trips, the most exciting thing is what is there to eat there that isn't here? Like, so we'll look up man versus food. So yeah, we get nerdy about it.
Yeah, that's true.
The one thing that kind of disappoints me is so I'm going to Boston and I'm not a huge seafood guy, but I was talking with him about this. I'm gonna have to try a lobster roll. I've never had lobster in my life
Ew.
just because I don't want it. But
Lobster rolls are amazing. Just I had one in here locally, and it was too much bread. More roll, and I was like, no.
right.
More lobster, less bread. Less roll.
Well, I mean, they've obviously got some of the best ones in the country there, so I'm gonna have to try them. I'm also thinking about trying clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
I don't know if I want the chowder.
Tomas would when he was in high school, they basically would have days when certain meals were being cooked, and he said that when clam chowder was being prepared, he would have like 2 or 3 bowls of it. I mean, he loved
Really?
it that much.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now I
Okay.
like it. It's okay, but he was like in love with the clam chowder at school.
What about oysters?
So that's what I was gonna say. I've had an oyster before. I've never had a clam. What's
You've had
the
an
difference?
oyster? Like who
Yeah.
who thought? Okay, look at these oysters and thought we should crack one up and suck on it.
Literally, you should watch my episode because Anthony said he's like, who's the first one to do that? Because I went out with him. This was years ago. We were at Jack's Fish House on the Plaza, and a bunch of guys there, and I ordered a burger, but the guys had ordered this like oyster tower, like on ice, and Sam Zigarelli, my buddy's like, you got to try one because I had never had one at the time. You got to try one. You got to. I'm like, I guess I. So I got one oyster and slurped it down, and no. Like no,
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I've had exactly
pass.
one oyster in my life, and
I
it
have
was
not. I heard it's like snot, like swallowing snot or
That's
something.
what I was going to say. It's like when you got a loogie or like a loogie in the back of your throat, and you just swallow it down instead of spitting it out. That's what it was.
Yeah,
There's
that sounds yummy.
nothing enjoyable about it. I mean, it didn't taste good. I mean, yeah, it was just
So what foods are there out there that you enjoyed that not as many people like the rest of us wouldn't?
well, I think I talked about it a few episodes ago. I mean, I eat salmon. I think Andrew said that he ate salmon too. You
Yeah,
guys
sure.
are not salmon.
Yeah.
See,
I
if I
wouldn't
was
get
going to
near
Boston, yeah, that'd be great. Be right up my alley. I love seafood. Now, I am lazy though, and this goes back to my personality. I don't like to work for my food, so I like crab, but I like crab meat. I don't like crab legs because then you got to take the things and you got to break them, and yeah, it's too
You wouldn't
Yeah,
be a
I
good-
remember.
You wouldn't be a good panhandler working for food or anything.
I like food. I like to eat. I don't like to work for food. Nah.
My family does the whole with the little fork that gets in and gets the crab meat out, and
No,
Ugh.
I'm like,
too much work. Now I will
My,
have crab
my
cakes. I'll have crab dip. I love me some crab, but I don't want to have to too much work. Too much work.
I
I don't
agree.
know. That's not for me. It's not for
Yeah,
me.
I'm a big tuna guy. I don't know you guys so much.
Nope,
No,
not a
But
tuna
you're
guy.
talking
I
about
remember.
you're not talking about like ahi tuna though. Have you ever had like the raw tuna?
I wouldn't. I'm talking tuna out of a can, man.
Yeah,
Like the
that's
chicken
what
of
I'm
the
talking
sea.
about. Yeah, chicken of the sea, right? Yeah.
No, but so talk
I mean,
about
that's
nerdy. We've talked about this on the podcast before, but today I found myself solo, just me by myself, with the ability to eat anywhere
Mhm.
in the city,
Mhm.
and I couldn't make a decision. So in my head, I had Five Guys.
Good choice.
Five Guys was an option. Canes or I don't know. I mean, because everything's around. So then the other thing was, well, it's Taco Tuesday. So should I not
Whoa.
let? I mean, I was in Liberty after my MRI, and I hadn't eaten since the night before. At
Oh,
shit, I hadn't eaten since that was Monday. Yeah, so I hadn't eaten since before I went into work. So because you can't, they said you can't eat or drink for 8. So I hadn't even had water. You couldn't drink water or anything for 8 hours.
Because you were
So
having a procedure.
right, the MRI. They said don't drink or eat for 8 hours. So, anyways, when I was done, I was ready to eat. But it was like anything that I wanted, wherever that drop
Anything that I
is.
want.
But I couldn't make a decision, and so I literally just made my decision based off of it's Taco Tuesday, and there's a Rancho Grande here in Liberty. So that's what I went with. Got 2 tacos, pounded some chips and salsa. I mean, it was fine. It was fine, but like
I'm
I
gonna
feel
run a
like
train on these chicken fingers. I'm just gonna be like, yum, 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 yum.
it's fine, but I just feel like I maybe dropped the ball.
pun intended.
We
Because never mind.
we should like pick something out that the other person has to eat.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm not saying disgusting. I'm not not go find the most disgusting thing. I'm just saying I don't know. I just
I don't.
because I
have a
think me
question.
and Andrew are probably more adventurous than the two of you. Is that safe to say?
Oh, sure.
Uh,
Me, yes. Me, yes.
I try a lot of stuff. I think ish.
No.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I do.
But this was a real conversation that me and my son actually we had it on our family group chat here, the four of us. But Tomas is working at a grocery store this summer.
Oh, we need to
And
rate that place.
what's it?
Go
You
ahead.
want to
Sorry.
go there? So he had a lunch break and he says, "I don't like this sushi I just bought, but forcing myself to eat it." Why do you think he's forcing himself to eat it?
Because he paid for it.
Because I spent $9.30 on it. Typical
Sounds like a
Paredes, right? I
true
mean, that's
Paredes.
true Paredes.
That's half of his check.
So I said, "Ouch, costly mistake." And he says, "I hate spending my own money on something I don't like." Like I'm like, "You're one of us." I mean,
It's
yeah.
a cheap lesson to learn.
I said, "Part of
Yeah.
life," and I said, "That's not the last time." So he said, "I'm seriously considering buying another
I'm
thing
gonna
of
run a
sushi."
train on these chicken fingers. I'm just gonna be like,
All right, let me move my
Who did
cursor.
that?
I don't think that was me.
It wasn't
Not
me.
me. Not me.
He
Go
said, "I'm serious."
outside, nerd.
That was me.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
He said, "I'm seriously considering buying another thing of sushi to try and redeem my taste buds."
Sushi is gross. That's just anyway.
Sushi's disgusting.
No,
Well, hey,
no,
Rudy,
I would make you guys eat some rolls, and I think you would end up liking them.
nah,
Nope, not at all. Not a chance.
I
Go
can do
ahead.
me some
What?
pinwheels. Anyway, I was going to ask you. So I assume you were eating alone after your MRI, right?
Yes.
Okay, what's your approach? Do you sit at the bar, or do you sit at a table, or in a booth by yourself, or like what's the Because I had this conversation with somebody else about during this past week about traveling alone. And what do you do once you get to? Because I would go mad not hearing the sound of my voice talking to somebody. So like, what do you do?
You know what? I've done this twice recently. Actually, I've dined alone. And no, man, I take a table because when I come in and say, "Oh, just one," and they're like, "Well, do you want to sit at the bar?" No, give me a table. Just because I'm by myself. No, I'm sitting at a table. I'm taking up one of your tables.
Really?
I want somebody to come and serve me and put the. Yeah, no,
They
I'm not
serve
sitting
you
at
at
the bar.
the bar.
What's that?
They serve you at the bar.
Yeah, but
Bartender does.
I'm not.
And
I'm not hardcore against sitting in a bar. Don't get me wrong, but
So
no. So like
go ahead.
today, for instance, I went and sat in the middle of the restaurant. They're like, I said just one, and she's like, "Do you want to sit at the bar?" I'm like, "No, I'd like a table." So
See,
yeah, I just
and as
sat in the middle.
someone who travels a lot for work and who eats alone frequently,
Uh-huh.
I always sit at the bar. Number one, you're not at that lone table because I actually look at the people who are, if there is anybody in the restaurant sitting at a table by themselves, and I'm like, oh man, I really feel bad for that poor fellow. That poor soul's all by themselves. It just looks worse when you're out there among the tables because it's
Looks
just
worse for who? Somebody I'm never going to see again in my life? I don't care.
so,
all right. To be
okay,
honest, you look pretty freaking pathetic, is what it is. It's like, man, that
Maybe,
guy doesn't
hey,
have a family, doesn't have a date, doesn't
so
have that poor guy's got nobody. What a
okay,
loser.
maybe. All right, we get it. Maybe they feel sorry for me and send me a drink over. You never know.
uh,
Not unless I'm trying to get you in the sack. I
so
mean, why would I send you a drink over?
so if I'm you, okay, so are you facing the TVs? Assuming there's TVs in this restaurant, are
Yes.
you are you pretending even if there's nothing on? Are you pretending to watch them, or because you
No.
can't really just look straight across? Because if you make eye contact with another family, it's like, oh wait, no, and then you got to look away because you feel creepy.
No, this day and
Oh,
age, I'm doing one of a few things. I'm looking at the TVs if there are some up there, and I'm watching whatever game's on, or I'm asking them to put it on a particular game. 90% of the time, I'm in my phone, so I'm got my head
right
down.
here.
The other
Right
thing is
here.
I'm making conversation with the bartender.
Oh, no.
I'm sure he hates that. Just
Yeah, he hates you.
Well, that's how we
Uh,
got like 2 or 3 of our viewers or 2 or 3 of our followers on Facebook or Instagram. So
we
it's not
lost
so
one, by the way. We went from 125 to 124 recently.
doesn't surprise me.
so what was I gonna say? So okay, yeah. So if it's me and I'm eating, I'm sitting by myself. Like I'm, if you're sitting across from somebody, you're probably talking to them. So you eat, then you talk, then you eat some more. Like so that it's a long drawn out process. If it's just me, I'm in there, and once that food comes, it's like I'm at home and I'm just scarfing it down as fast as I can and getting out of there. Like, do you
Right?
take
No,
to even enjoy the food?
I
Because
enjoy
I'm
the
like
food. I take my
people
time.
staring.
I relax. I put the fork down. I look at my phone. I look at the game. I send a text. I pick the fork back up. I mean, yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm actually hoping that somebody interesting will sit down next to me and we'll start having a conversation. That's happened
Ugh.
multiple times where you just meet total strangers. Yeah.
That might be why I don't sit at the bar. I mean, because I'm not here to talk with, I'm not here to meet people.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
here
here
to
to
eat.
eat food.
Oh
I'm
no,
here to eat food
I
and, you
absolutely
know.
am there to not only eat food, but also talk to people.
So
Ew,
like,
man.
this past Saturday night, I got home from work and Macy's been in the house all day. I'm like, hey, come on, get dressed. Let's go and let's go out and get something to eat. Macy was my, partner. And she was like, nah, I don't want to go. She's on the couch, she's watching YouTube. She don't want to go anywhere. She's like, you go, bring me something back. And I was like, really? You've been here all day. She didn't want to go. And there's nothing worse than going out somewhere with somebody that doesn't want to go. So again, I had on Saturday night was like anything that I want, wherever that drop was. But I didn't want to go. I didn't want to stray too far from the house because Macy's there. So, and I hadn't seen her all day. I've been at work. So, but I went to the Streetcar Tavern. It's right here by my house. It's a new restaurant that just opened. They've got a bunch of TVs, and the Royals game had just started. So that was one of my things. Was okay. I want somewhere where there's a game on. That's why I ended up there. Because part of me is like, I could just go to McDonald's. That's what she's gonna want probably, or I could go grab a sandwich at Jersey Mike's or something. But I want to watch the game. I want to be out because I've been at work all day. My whole Saturday's been at work, so now I want to. So I went to Streetcar Tavern.
You want to be out with people. You just don't want to talk to people.
No, I mean I'll talk with. I will talk with people.
I won't.
Again, I'm not against sitting at the bar. I'm not against that.
I'm not against rap music.
I'm just against rappers anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I sat at a table all by myself Saturday nights. There was live music playing, but I'm watching the Royals game, and my food comes, and I think I used to be afraid of that, dude. I'm cool with it now. I don't need anybody. Like what? I mean,
but like what? Like you don't like if I have a burger, I'm eating it, and once I've finished, I'm taking another bite. Like I'm not putting it down and dab. Like I'm just scarfing it like a hog.
If you're in a hurry to get out of there, sure, but I'm not.
Maybe because I think people are looking at me. Like, what's that guy?
No,
I absolutely know they're looking at me because I was sitting at the bar, okay, and I asked for the burger at this particular place. They bring me the burger, they bring me the fries. I think I've even taken pictures of it and sent it to you guys. Anyway, it's a gigantic burger. And so I'll finish every last bite of that burger, finish every one of those French fries, dip them in ketchup. And so I know they're looking at me because the bartender, as they take my plate, will say, "Wow, you must have been hungry," or something like people don't normally finish this size of a burger and fries, you fat piece of crap. I mean, that's what I feel like they're saying to me. But I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't live here. I mean, I'll be back in 3 weeks, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I think I've gotten to a point where it's just, what do I want? I don't give a crap about anyone else around me. I want to watch the Royals game. I want to eat a burger and fries, get a beer maybe. That's what I want to do. So where can I get that accomplished?
Anything that I want.
So I sat there solo, and I'm still looking at people. Like, so there was a guy playing music, playing his guitar, singing at this restaurant, and I was like, oh, whatever, that's fine. It's not distracting me. I'm watching the game. But there's a guy with a tall beard, and he's got his woman, and it's just them two. And it's like he's got to let everyone know in the place that he knows the singer, because he keeps yelling at him like, and he's clapping the loudest, and it's like, dude, we get it. Finally, the singer guy in between one of the songs is like, I see you back there, basically saying, shut up, dude. Like, you're ruining my set. Like, and I don't know if the guy was drunk already or whatever, but he was just one of those alphas that has to let everybody in the room know, hey, I know, I'm here. Look at me.
That may or may not have been me at a time or two.
That sounds like you. That sounds like you.
See the karaoke episode.
I'm just cool existing. I'm just cool existing, man. I mean, yeah,
okay,
I don't,
what
I don't stress about it.
What about with traveling?
I've only traveled by myself once.
Okay.
Really?
Where was that to? I traveling by myself once. Not
So
to planes.
Which is crazy to me because I'm doing it like every 2 weeks. Anyway, go ahead.
So it's baby steps. Like for me, I love going to the movies. But after my divorce, I'm like, I don't want to go to the movies by myself. And so I would take the kids every time. And, now I've got a girlfriend or whatever, but sometimes she can't make it. Sometimes, and it's like on Tuesdays, Jamie, as we've talked about, they're cheap on Tuesdays, the movies. And,
Go outside, nerd.
If my girlfriend's working, it's like, so I don't want to go by myself. But now it's like, I love going to movies by myself. So it's baby steps. Then it was eating by myself. So the last thing was traveling by myself. It's like, everybody says to try it. It's awesome. So there was a comedy show, the sketch group, The State from MTV, a bunch of people, from Wet Hot American Summer, all those guys from The State. And they reunited for they were going to do 3 shows. And one of them was in Denver. And I'm like, and it was on a Wednesday, like right in the middle of my weekend. And everybody else is working. And I'm just like, dude, that is perfect for me. Like, I want to see these guys. And Denver's not that far. The flight wasn't expensive. And I can go and get back and not miss a day of work. I'm like, this is it. I'm going. So, yeah, I flew to Denver. And
Gotta go.
that was a little different because you take that, like what I was saying, I mean, take that dining experience by yourself and it's a little awkward, but now it's over a 3-day period where you're by yourself at everything. And, by the end of the night, I got used to it. Or by the end of the 3-day period, I kind of got used to it and it was fun. I went to a Rockies game, which is weird because I ran into a buddy of mine at the Rockies game. He's an undercover cop. But
Hey, he must not be a very good one.
well, I know what he looks like. He's friends with one of our cousins. Anyways, the point is, like, I'm at a Rockies game, just got my big old foot long dog and a beer, and I'm just walking all over the stadium checking it out. And then I run into this guy that I know from Kansas City, and I'm like, holy crap. And so I hung with him for a little bit, but I walked home by myself through downtown, all the way across from the stadium, all the way. Did everything by myself, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice knowing that I don't have to have anybody with me. I can do what I want.
So would you do it again then? Sounds like you would.
Yeah, 100%. I would do it again.
A baseball game, I think, would be pretty easy to be at by yourself. The last one I went to, there was a guy. He was clearly sitting there, and he was just watching the game. I mean, and he was eating. Just like that doesn't seem weird at all, or that wouldn't seem like it'd be tough at all. But like a whole vacation, I would think, because the person I was talking to about this said that they usually get to a city, and the first thing they look up is like walking tours of things. And I guess because you could do that with other people, even though you're not with them. And so I don't know. I was like, I wouldn't even know where to start. I'd be like, looking around my room. Should I go somewhere?
So like this person, they look up walking tours. They're traveling solo. Is that what you're saying? And then they go on walking tours. So they're with other people. Are they trying to meet people on these walking tours to do stuff like that?
Not try. I mean, if they do, they do. If they have somebody to talk to, they do. My thing was like, if I have nobody with me, I'm not talking, and so that would just drive me insane.
You don't.
What I did.
Somebody.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Could you be quiet for a whole day, or like several days for a whole vacation? Like not.
It's weird.
For a lifetime.
What?
Yeah.
Monks do that for a lifetime.
I think. Yeah, I didn't talk to anybody. I mean, occasionally I would talk to like the person at the concession stand or the person at the
checking you in at the hotel.
The restaurant. Yeah, checking. I mean, you talk to a few people, but then once you get in the hotel, it's like, unless you're talking to yourself, you're not talking to anybody.
The lady's like, I got a lot of tables.
So when I went to Denver, I go to TikTok and I'll say like, cool rooftop bar, or what's the best blah blah blah, whatever.
And then do you say and go? No,
I do not say that. But so they sent me. There was this rooftop bar in Denver that I went to, like, because I was just killing time. I didn't have anything to do, so I went up there, and there was a young dude and an older dude, and they were celebrating somebody's promotion. And next thing I know, somebody bought me a drink, and I was like, okay, cool. I didn't like any of the guys, because then I kind of got cornered in there, and it's like, well,
I'm thinking you were there. Target for the night. I don't. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What you mean? They sent you a drink that you didn't know what was in it? Interesting.
Just
they tried to corner you.
Cornhole me? What?
Yeah, something just didn't seem right there.
Well, the dude was drunk. He had gotten a promotion, gotten a raise. He bought me a drink. That's where I'll end the story. Nobody else needs to know what else happened.
He bought you a drink. Everything's all fuzzy after that.
I woke up in the yada yada yada. Woke up in the morning and my butt was hurting.
All right. Come on.
See, you got to leave a little for the
that.
imagination.
Leave it to the
Yeah.
imagination.
Anyway, but I'm just saying, it was, you see new places. I'm like, oh, that was a cool bar. And, I left and when I came down the elevator, the lady that, what do you call it? The hostess at the bottom was like, hey, you should come back tonight because at night we do this cool thing that blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but no, I'm
Is it
old.
I'm here
is it
right now.
cool though?
Once I get back to the hotel, I'm
Yeah,
going to sleep.
yeah, right. But no, it was a different experience. I had never experienced it before, being by myself on a trip.
Part of the reason I ask is I thought a lot of times to myself, I'm like, I want to go see all these different places, but I'm the only one that wants to do it. And so I'm like, I would need to go by myself to do this.
Yep.
And I'm like, well,
Well, throw some of them out there. Like where do you want to go?
anywhere out west, Utah, mainly like
Utah.
and I've never been a hiker or anything, but like Yosemite, all those just like places up in
You
north.
need to take. You need to take Xavier. He wants to do all that stuff.
All right, let's go, Xavier.
He wants to hike. He wants to.
All right.
You know what? Kim has kind of taken me on a lot of those places. Like, it's funny because when we talk about trips, we've talked about this before, but my thing is, okay, what baseball stadiums are there? Are they in town? What are their giveaways? Can we get tickets? And her thing is, okay, what national parks, and so I went to the Rocky Mountain National Park. That was cool as hell, but okay, I walked around and there's lots of rocks and all right. What time's the baseball game? Like, I
See,
need.
and
I don't
I'm in the middle there. I'm like, yeah, baseball stadiums were fun. I felt like when we were kids, but then
No, they still are to me. But yeah, I get it.
Then I got mature. Then I matured. I mean, I don't know.
I'm all
No.
about seeing new things, and preferably as far as national parks and like all that stuff goes. I need to see big things, Mikey, big things like mountains or redwoods or I've never even seen them.
Then
It's
you're like
I've seen the redwoods.
then you're like Clark and Ellen Griswold, and you're sitting there looking at the Grand Canyon.
that's fine. But I could say I was there.
Yeah. I drove up the PCH. Beautiful. Oh, it's gorgeous. Got to the redwoods. Oh, it's a good time, man. Good time. You got to do it, man. That's why Fenway was something where it's like I want to get to Fenway Park, but I don't know. I don't know what else is in Boston. I know there's a lot of history there. There's the but
it's Fenway.
Racism. Yeah.
Fenway is what I want. Fenway is what I'm going for. That's it. Like we're gonna do the Freedom Trail, whatever.
What's that?
I don't know. There's some history and people dress up goofy, and I know the Boston Tea Party was there, so we're gonna go to the Boston Harbor, and I'm sure there's a museum or something. I'm sure tickets are probably $35 or something. But we're gonna do that stuff. But the main thing is game at Fenway on Wednesday, touring the park on Thursday. Like after that, and we're gonna spend a day in Cape Cod. I don't know why. I mean,
doing what?
Doing what?
I'll have to wait and see what TikTok says. I'm gonna go and I don't know, shop for trinkets. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we'll take a sunset cruise on the. I don't know, but Fenway's the main thing. That's what. And so now I can check that off the list. Fenway is done. But
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if I see Fenway before I die, great. I've seen Wrigley, I've seen Dodger Stadium, and San Diego Petco Park was probably tops up there as well. But so I'm like, stadiums. If I see any more, great. If not,
this year was between Petco Park in San Diego and Fenway in Boston, and it's weird enough. Parker picked Fenway. Parker's like, no, we got to go to Fenway.
Now, see, I mean, now
all
people
right.
consistently say that the one in Pittsburgh with the downtown, PNC Park,
I hear that's awesome.
the top stadium. I would have to disagree because I've been to. I mean, I haven't been there, so I don't really know. I shouldn't say I disagree.
Right.
But San Diego, amazing. San Diego, the way they've kind of laid out their downtown with their well, it's not even their downtown. It's that Oh, I can't. It's a quarter district. I can't think of what it's
They
called.
call it. Why do I want to say the gaslighting district?
Gaslight. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Gaslight district. So the way they've, kind of overlaid the gaslight district and bars and restaurants with the stadium, it
that's
just
good stuff.
dovetails so nicely. It's
So it sounds
really, really cool.
it sounds to me like you're pro downtown stadium, Bob.
No,
That's what
I
I'm
don't know
hearing.
that. I don't know that it's necessarily downtown.
No, it's good. It's a good place.
So,
Definitely.
Jamie, have you seen a game there?
I haven't seen a game. We toured it. I made Quentin
Oh.
grab some dirt out of the from behind the plate, or like way back behind, and so I have some dirt somewhere in this house from that stadium.
That trip, we saw a game at Petco Park, and we saw a game at Dodger Stadium, and they were both really amazing experiences.
Now we made it outside of Oracle Park in San Francisco, but they weren't in town when we were there. That place looked amazing. I would love to go back and see an actual game there, but
I'm not
I
as
don't
big
know
on
why.
seeing games. I like the tours because you get to see all the ins and outs.
See, what I want to do now is game and tour. Like I've got to do both. I've done that in Atlanta. I've seen a game and I've toured in Atlanta. And actually, I saw a game at Turner Field before this new one, Truist. But we toured Truist, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So I'm all about tours as well. So.
Game is where it is. Game's where it's at. You get the whole feel for their city, their team.
See, so my tickets for the Sox are in right field behind Pesky's pole. We're like in the 8th row.
You're going to sit on the monster?
Apparently, you can autograph it. No, I didn't want to sit on the monster, but the tour takes us up there. So I'll be on top of the monster. But from the game, I want to be able to see the monster. Kind of like when I was in New York and they said, if you want to get a good picture of the skyline, go to the top of the rock. Don't go to the top of the Empire State Building. Because if you're on the top of the Empire State Building, when you take your picture, the Empire State Building isn't in it. Because you're on it. Kind of like, so in Fenway, I don't want to be on top of the monster because then I can't see the monster. I want to be in right field so I can get the whole, you know what I'm saying? Makes sense.
Okay. But no, this goes back to my my baseball trip that I took with Quentin. Like I want to do another one of those where
that sounded awesome.
I think you would enjoy that, just like hitting a bunch of them, just like the whole going from town to town, and that's pretty cool.
See, the way you guys are with these baseball stadiums, that's where I've got my bucket list of I want to see, and I know you guys are going to roll your eyes. I want to see the Masters at Augusta. I want to see the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs.
You sound
I want to go
gay.
Okay, whatever. But I mean,
Go outside, nerd.
That's it for me. Not so much these baseball stadiums anymore. But.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Kim's dad has been to Augusta, to the Masters. Because I know that's a hard one. You got to be like on a list.
In a lottery. You've got to get in a lottery for the chance to get tickets.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think he has cups like from his drinks, from his beers at the Masters, and they say the Masters on them and stuff. But
I got a cup too, but I bought this at a school auction.
No, this is one that he was there, bought a beer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
you did ask me, things I wanted to see. I wish I had seen.
You said, Utah,
I wish while I was in California, while I was in LA, that I'd seen Craig's house from Friday.
Is that a place you can stop?
Yeah, there's websites that have like all these different movie locations and stuff, and tells you exactly where you can go. But I saw Randy's Donuts, so I got a good picture of that. And
I didn't see.
I had a picture of that, and I had it on my phone for years, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Delete. I mean, what do I need the photo for? I mean, it's just like that's great.
Yeah, you can Google it. There's photos there.
It's not like I have my family in the picture. I mean, it's like why am I saying?
Go ahead.
When I went to visit Kim's sister in Boulder, we went by the Mork and Mindy house.
Okay.
There's that. Now Have you guys heard the story? The guy in New Mexico that owns the Breaking Bad house, they call the police, they just shoo people away. They don't want anybody taking pictures in front of their house. Like, yeah, they're kind of an asshole. But
Well,
a
something
dude
like
from Kansas City,
something
a
about
dude from
throwing
Kansas
pizzas
City,
on it or something.
yeah, because that happened. You've seen Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I think they said people have actually, which that would piss me off. I mean, come on.
People have done what now?
Thrown pizzas on the roof.
Yeah. Okay.
It's from the show, I guess. I forgot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that would be annoying. But no, a guy from Kansas City apparently bought the Goonies house, and he's trying to spend money to make the inside look like what it looks like in the movie, because apparently it's not. The outside is different from where they shot. I don't know, but some guy from Kansas City bought it. So. But that's a place I would like to go to do the Goonies trip up in Oregon.
All the way up there just to see the Goonies house. That's what.
I
Yes.
kind of do.
One, yes. I want to see the what do you call it? The bloom, the rocks and
the bloom.
It's the bloom. But I mean, not just that. Miranda, in all of her travels with her different jobs, she talks about how gorgeous Oregon is itself up there. And while I'm up there, obviously, I'm too close to Seattle to not go to Seattle. I've never been to Seattle. So,
I have. I've been up on one of those seaplanes that lands on the water.
That's stupid. I would never do
that. It's pretty cool. It was awesome. And we flew out to one of those islands in the sound and like, yeah, this is a work thing. It was pretty cool.
Huh.
Have either of you guys been to DC, Washington, DC?
That was one I was going to say earlier. That's got a place. I've never been, but there's a lot of things there that I would love to see.
I went to their airport. That was it. Yeah.
But then if you're in DC, I'd have to swing by Baltimore and see Camden Yards. That's important.
Boy, this is all about baseball stadiums for you. You're a
I get it. I get it.
You're a perpetual 10-year-old boy.
I blame Dad for it.
Yeah. That's what we did on our vacations. Stadiums.
Yeah, at some point you mature, and that's not all your vacations are built around.
No.
No, pretty much is.
You go see historical sites. You go see.
Anyway. Go outside, nerd.
That's terrible.
Anyway, all right. Well, so what?
We need to go back to the nerd thing. Rudy is really and always has been concerned about whether he is cool or a nerd. That is a theme that is run throughout your life. You've always had this. I want to be cool. I don't want to be a nerd.
Well, I mean, I've always been cool, so there's that.
It's debatable.
Now, when I got to Rockhurst, there's a different level because I get to Rockhurst and then there's the really rich. So is that cool? Then there's the football players. Is that cool? Then there's the obvious nerds. There's the band nerds. There's the acting nerds.
Why they gotta be nerds? Being in the band.
No, you're right. So the football guys could be those are the athletic nerds. These are the rich nerds. But like I was just right in the middle. I was friends with all of them. Still cool. Like I'm
surrounded by nerds, yet I'm the only cool one here. That's weird. It's just so weird.
Yeah. So I've always been cool. In fact, we were watching family videos on Sunday, which stay tuned because we're going to have a great new podcast coming up.
That is going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a new podcast once we get it figured out. But
we can't get more than 20 people to watch this, but we're going to start another podcast.
Yeah, I mean, why not? But we were watching the home video.
Smart motherfucker. That's right.
And one of the videos we watched this weekend was of my graduation party, my high school graduation party, and I was cool then, man. I mean, so I haven't really been worried about it, as you say, Bob, because I've just been cool. And I think what's cool about me, is that I don't, obviously, from going out and eating by myself, I don't care about what anybody thinks of me. Like, that's what makes me so cool, I think.
No, I think you being so preoccupied with being cool means that you are highly aware of what people think of you, and it's
No,
incredibly important to you.
you say preoccupied, but no, it's just a fact that I'm cool. So that's not something I worry about.
All right.
That's debatable.
It's not something I worry about.
Let's go ahead and get to
Bobby's a nerd. Jamie was cool, but like a nerd. No, he was cool, but I don't know. Your coolness wasn't.
I cannot.
exactly-
I love that story.
anyway.
Anyway,
All right. Let's what do I get to a little clip of the week?
no, it's not the
Quit
clip of the week.
Quit Acting Stupid Award. Oh,
We have a Quit
the
Acting Stupid Award?
TikTok of the week.
No, it's called
The
The Internet is Undefeated.
Oh, that's right. No, it's stupid. But go ahead.
Here we go.
So I guess
Wait, no, wait.
you didn't set it up. You didn't set it up.
Oh. So this was a video on TikTok of the week, I guess, where somebody recorded this fight on the street of New York. Like it's just people fighting on the streets of New York, and they were fighting with broomsticks. And somebody recorded them and then edited in lightsabers, and it's pretty genius. So here it is.
That was some talent. That was some talent. If only these people put their energy towards something good. You know?
Yeah, this is the world we live in.
That was worth it. That was absolutely worth it.
Great.
Oh, fucking great.
Yeah. Do we have a Quit Acting Stupid? Anybody? Can you think of anybody? I mean,
yes,
I do. Go ahead. Do you have something?
Your son.
James?
No,
Yeah,
your
my
son.
So this past
that's right.
last week, my son he's got Tomas has his own checking account now, and he had some cash, and he wanted to deposit the cash into his checking account. So he goes to an ATM, in the vestibule or whatever that was, and he puts his cash in there, and apparently something happens and it doesn't get deposited. So we fast forward. My wife has to go down there and figure out what happened, and we get the branch manager out there to try and figure out, hey, this kid deposited some cash into this thing, but it's not showing up. Well, come to find out, he had apparently put the money not where the money was supposed to go, but it fell down between the machine and I don't know, got stuck somewhere between maybe the machine and the wall is my understanding. I've not seen this, so I don't exactly know exactly what we're talking about, but I just know it didn't get deposited and it's not the bank's fault. And the bank can't even access the cash because the money is now stuck between the wall and the machine itself. And so now they have to let the people that run the ATM machine know that there is a $10 bill there that didn't get deposited. So, yeah, I'm like, dude, that is, I guess, hey, maybe you'll learn. Maybe you'll figure it out then. Costly mistake.
It's a huge area that you stick your money in. I don't understand how.
That's what I was about to say. I want to see this ATM. Like, I've never seen an ATM where it's not obvious where to put the money. Like, I'm not jamming it in anywhere. The door opens, I stick my thing there, and then it closes, and then you hear it go, it's counting it. I don't understand how we could have made this mistake. I don't get it. I'd love
I'll have to go to the ATM, maybe snap some photos, some video, something. Maybe I'll take Tomas and have him walk me through what he did. I have no idea. So
the dumbest smart guy I know.
Dumbest smart guy you know. Yeah, I said, you do realize you're going to be on the show this week then, right? He shook his head.
That would make me nervous about him being in Gainesville all by himself.
So
that would make me nervous.
So we're going down later this week for orientation, and one of the things I'm going to require him to do, I've got it downloaded onto his phone. I'm going to make him request the Uber, and yeah, we're going to teach him all the adult things he's going to need to know when he's living on his own here in about 3 months, 2 months. So,
Nice.
Good. Yes. Yes. I would like to. Would you say he's more you or more Anita?
he's more me. He's more me, which
So
that doesn't bode well for him.
All right.
He's already worried about how he's going to eat.
How he's going to eat?
Because we're not getting a meal plan.
Typical
Because
parade.
apparently
What? No meal
Why would
plan.
you get him to
Because apparently the food there is disgusting, is what we've read.
Who?
Everybody we
Really?
read about on Reddit and on Facebook and on
So- Is he going to cook for himself?
No, he's gonna have. We're gonna give him some money, and he's gonna put it in his checking account. And I mean, there's fast food. I mean, there's Chipotle. There's
Every day?
twice a day. I don't know. Yeah. Well, we gotta. It's one of those things you gotta figure out the sweet spot. So
He's looking at the freshman 50.
We'll
He's going to
figure
be
it out.
eating fast food every day.
We'll figure it out. It'll take a little getting used to. So.
All right. I'm good.
Wow.
And then there's some taquitos that he really likes from Costco, but there's no Costco anywhere near Gainesville. So
There's not. You can FedEx them.
so now,
Yeah,
what
that's what I was gonna say.
dry ice. I mean, what are you gonna do? They're frozen.
And I think it's funny because back when you went away to school, our parents used to mail you the sports page from the Kansas City Star. Do you realize how ridiculous that is of a concept now?
Number one, if you told some kid today born after 2000 that you're going to mail someone the sports page, their first question is going to be, "What's the
sports page?" I saw a newspaper the other day.
Somebody? Yeah, but we also, as Mom likes to say, they told me I had to wait until Sunday evening after 8 p.m. to call long distance back to Kansas City because that's when the rate dropped. Rate for long distance. Can you imagine trying to explain that to
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So you were in college with no internet?
Yeah.
The internet came around after I had transferred from Trinity, and when I was back at Rockhurst College, I was there, and I remember sitting with Arturo Toledo in the Rockhurst University library, and he was on something called Netscape, and that was my first introduction to this whole internet world. And that, and then my roommate Anthony Paris, he had America Online. Remember they had those little discs? You stick them in your CD-ROM, and yeah, so he had dial-up internet. So that was my first. This was again 94, 95. So
who was the first friend you said?
Arturo Toledo.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
All right, I was late, so I just had to have you.
Yeah.
For those of you out there, that's Arthur Toledo.
I remember not understanding what an email was or how to get my email. I knew I had an email account. I didn't know who would be sending me anything through this email. I remember being in a computer lab trying to, having somebody show me how to get into it.
I remember Miranda had an email. It was like Miranda Paredes at frogandmonkey.com.
I do remember
she had it way too long. I'm like, hey, you need to change that.
I
Frog and
remember.
Monkey, I don't know.
I distinctly remember being in law school, and so we're talking somewhere between 97 and 2000, and going to the computer lab so that I could jump on like message boards during football season and talk smack to like Steelers and Broncos fans. I don't even remember where these message boards were, other than they were on some website, and you're just sitting there arguing for back and forth on, about Elway and the Broncos and the Chiefs, and I don't know who, Elvis Gerbach, or I don't know who it was at that time, but
yeah, those computer labs were something else. I remember getting on and going to a questionable website, and it started making noise, and I had to I looked around because I was like, oh, who's on that? And yeah, it was
disgusting.
You see what the guy was looking at?
The whole
I
time
was about
I'm frantically trying to figure out how to
X X X X.
I was about to say the corner chair in the Rockhurst University Computer Lab may or may not have I may or may not have stumbled upon some pornography, or as Mom calls it, pono.
Onos.
Ponos.
Not to be confused with Ponax, which is down on the boulevard.
Two different
Oh
things,
my
but yeah,
They're
I
like,
may
man,
have
why
seen.
does this IT guy have to keep going to that same computer lab and the same computer?
Yeah, I should stop. I keep thinking of but never mind. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, back. That was a great trip down memory lane.
Good stuff.
You guys have any recommendations on stuff that you've seen this week or anything? Anything pop?
I'm still trucking along on tires with.
Ooh, I finished it. Yes.
See, I'm trying to do it slow because I know these are the last episodes I have until whenever they do another season. But I did run through that on Netflix, that Dallas Cowboy cheerleader show.
Mm-hmm. Good, bad.
Because I started with season 2 because one of Parker's friends is in it. One of Parker's friends is a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, Sophia Brown, and so she was kind of in the background. She wasn't one of the main people in the storyline, but yeah, it was good. It's 7 episodes, hour long a piece, and you kind of see what they go through to try to make the team, and it kind of has a little, it gives me some insight on what might be coming up for Parker or whatever. So it was interesting. It was very good. So. Yeah. So that's all I've watched new this week. But Bob, you?
Nothing. I think you guys would be surprised how very infrequently my TV is on in this house.
So have you not started? Have you not started Stick on Apple TV?
No.
Who?
Stick.
It's about golf, which I think you would be all over.
So I am flying later this week, and so I may have to download some episodes, see if I can get started.
I think I got caught up. There might be a new one. I don't know when they come out, if they come out on Fridays or what. So there might be one episode up there waiting for me, but I had gotten caught up, and it kind of, when you rush through them, and it's like, oh damn, because these come out once a week, so it's like, I gotta wait. But yeah, that was
recommendations.
Good,
so. Sorry.
Yeah. I haven't I don't know if I'd recommend anything. Like I said, I mentioned earlier that Bad Influence, whatever thing that it's called, Bad Influence, The Dark Side of Kidfluencing. It's gotten better. I think somebody with kids our age, like tweens or whatever it is, preteens, could probably get some something out of that. I'm telling myself there's no way. Like right now, I don't let Abe. She always wants to watch YouTube. I won't let her watch anything with actual people on it. You know what I mean? Like, creepy.
Why?
People. Because it's stupid. It's stupid. First of all, she used to watch those egg videos where they open up toys and watch other kids.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's stupid.
Remember the one that Macy used to watch? It was an Asian family, and they just had all these like toys in their yard, like the big playhouses and the kitchens and the drive-throughs, and they recorded themselves playing on it. And Macy watched it for hours when she was.
Maybe part of it's me being bitter that these people are rich, making all this money doing stupid stuff, and so I can't support it. I don't know, but I'm wondering. I'm curious. I'm curious how long I'm going to be able to last with not letting her watch that stuff.
Not much.
I enjoy Sniper Wolf and Queso and Corey Kinshin, and so those are things that Macy watches. And,
anyway, so that I somewhat recommend it. And then I was I'm kind of plugging my way through the second season of The Last of Us. I guess there's only like 7 episodes. It's not very long.
You know what? I've stopped. I'm in the middle of this most recent season, and I maybe I'll go watch that because I just.
So have you seen the guy that dies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't ruin it. Yeah.
Okay, so he dies, but then
after that happened, I kind of was like, man. But then,
so see, on my illegal streaming device, it has thumbnails of each episode, and I was like, well, let me see how many episodes there are. Oh, there's only 7. Oh, wait, why is the guy that just died in the thumbnail for this episode? So I'm like, something he's got like
because it's
5
no, it's a throwback. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're remembering, and
Yeah, it
So
was pretty. I gotta admit, I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here for the violence and stuff. I don't really know the
yeah, when
backstory and who's what and what this group is called and blah blah blah. So I was like, I was really close to just dropping it, but I'm like, I put in the effort, I put in the time already. I need to finish this.
I should finish it, but once that character died, I was kind of like,
Yeah,
this whole reason why I'm watching it. Like,
it's
I don't know.
okay. It's just kind of slow. There's been parts that have been pretty exciting or whatever, but yeah. So nothing really great. The next one I'm gonna start is Trainwreck Poop Cruise. Anybody see? It's on Netflix.
No, I'm literally looking at it right now. There's that one, and then they also have that Trainwreck is like a series of documentaries.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And because they've got one on that Detroit mayor that was like a disaster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
Toronto
it's
mayor.
called
Toronto. Yeah.
It's called Trainwreck Mayor of Mayhem. So
yeah.
there's that, and then
I
there's
saw
Trainwreck
pictures.
Poop Cruise. I want to watch both of those.
Yeah, because poop would go along with our show.
Right.
Fits the theme.
Yeah, like we haven't talked enough poop. So.
Well, good. All right. Well, on that note, should we? Unless you guys have anything else.
Nope. Let's kill it.
Let's put this baby to bed.
We did top-notch content as always. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. For joining me this evening. So
absolutely,
the pleasure has been all yours, audience. All 21 of you that watch. So
again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Tell us you're out there. Give us a shout out. Give us a rating on Spotify. Like, I'm just kidding. Nobody's out there. You guys.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Dude, these kids on this show that I was watching are like just stupid about these channels and stuff. And here we are
begging people to watch.
Well, did you see, not to keep this thing going, but the John Oliver last week, tonight, this week?
I have not yet.
It's about his main story is AI. It's called AI slop, but he's talking about how it's just AI videos. And I'm like, holy crap, that's what Macy watches all day up there. She just watches AI videos. And I don't know, it's crap. And it's like not real. It's all lies, and she's just sitting there just absorbing all of it.
Yeah, you might want to keep a tighter leash on that.
Rizzler face. Anyway,
all right,
go ahead.
All right, for my thank you for watching. For my brothers Rudy and Jamie, I'm Bobby D. LeBron James saying until next time, quit acting stupid.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?